welcome to our third edition of our interview series for our directors this year at FLCS. My name is Danielle Villar and I am your Undersecretary General of Public Relations. Here with me today is Lucas Lopez. He is going to be directing the Margaret Thatcher cabinet. So how are you today, Lucas?
Doing pretty good.
All right, good. So why don't you start off by telling us a little bit about your committee?
All right, so my committee is Margaret Thatcher's cabinet, starting off in 1979, right after she won the election of 1979.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea is for that to extend, we're literally just starting off there with with the entire world situation as we know it in 1979. And from there, we're gonna move on and, see what happens.
Mm-hmm. All right, cool. So what inspired you to pick this committee?
A lot of reasons. For one, I'm a big fan of the United Kingdom. I love their history. I'm a big fan of just history in general, but more specifically British history. I've taken multiple classes on it. I love it a lot. So that's the biggest one. The second is last summer I actually studied abroad in London.
Okay.
And while I was there, I actually worked for the Conservative Party in Parliament when I was there. So while there, I grew and learned a lot more about not only Margaret Thatcher, but the entirety of the modern political spectrum in the United Kingdom. So learning about that, I really grew like a passion for it and just really loving everything about it. So I figured, why not bring it to Model UI?
All right, cool. So what are you looking forward to the most this year?
Definitely, I think one of the things I'm looking forward to the most is how creative the delegates will be in their position in the cabinet. This is a very historical committee and kind of almost very recent history, and you could ask, some of our parents and grandparents about it, and they'll remember a lot of this. So if the delegates can properly use creative things to kind of change the course of history, I think that'll be one of the most exciting things.
All right, cool. So do you have any advice you would want to give to the delegates?
The number one advice I would say is do your own research, research besides just reading that background guide, and know what happened a little before and a little after she won the election.
Right.
Knowing the history of what actually happened would help you out immensely throughout the entire committee.
All right, cool. So just to end things off, if you could learn anything, what would it be?
If I could learn anything, what would it be? I think I would like to learn a new language, and I think the new language would be something crazy that's not close to Spanish, because I know Spanish already.
Okay.
So I would say something like Russian or Mandarin or something along those lines that's really tough, or maybe Arabic or Farsi. I think that would be very interesting, and along with learning a language, you learn about the culture, so learning about those cultures would be really interesting.
All right, cool. Well, thank you so much for coming in today, Lucas.
Oh, no problem.
And thank you for everyone who is currently watching. If you haven't already done so, like us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'll put all that information down below in our bio. And I'll also continue updating you guys about interviews on the blog. So thank you so much.